Okay, just some brief housekeeping things, announcements. Magical Moments with Carla will be going on a brief hiatus starting December 17th, and I'll be returning January 15th. I want to take that time to plan how the podcast is going to flow going into 2023. I want to make sure I bring you guys fresh new content. So I'm taking a break. I'm going to reflect and figure out what the next steps are and then come back strong in 2023. As always, I am open to suggestions from my listeners. If there's something you want to know about a particular topic, a particular breath work technique, meditation, whatever you guys want, drop me a comment or any of my socials or the email. All the information is in the description. So get in touch with me. If there's something you really want to know about, I'm willing to do it and put that into any of the episodes going forward into 2023. Anything else? I'm trying to think. I will, however, do a new moon meditation. I'm actually going to record it ahead of time and then just schedule it to come out. So there will be the new moon meditation. So I guess the break won't feel as long for you guys because there will be that meditation going into the new moon. I will be on, I may or may not. I haven't decided yet. I was about to say I will be on the other socials, the, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, but I'm not 100% sure. I really want to reflect and go within and really figure out how I want the podcast to flow going forward. So more to come. We'll see. But I think that's about it. I hope you enjoy this interview. I do have an interview scheduled for January. So we will be coming back with an interview. I think you guys will like it. But this interview is with Kayvern Collins, and I hope you enjoy it. She's a lovely, lovely being, so kind, and she has a lot of great things to say. So I hope you enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back. We have Kayvern Collins. You may have seen her from my last video. She so graciously agreed to come back on. I wanted to interview her because I met her on TikTok and I saw that she was into some really great things, but I will turn it over to her and let her tell you all about herself.
Hey guys, I am just so grateful to be back here with Carla. I am so happy that she invited me back on here to share a little bit about myself with you guys. I am I am a freelance copywriter and I basically help online entrepreneurs with sales because I write sales pages and emails for them. Personally, I am a mom of two. I do homeschooling and I enjoy everything nature and creative arts. That's a little bit about me.
I love that. I bless you for doing the homeschooling because if I had to homeschool my child, and I think I have pretty decent patience, but no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do homeschooling. I have so much respect for teachers because whew, just helping my son with his homework sometimes is just a lot. So good on you. So yeah, let's get into the interviewing part. Do you consider yourself a spiritual person? So my whole branding is around spirituality. Even though I tend to cater to everyone who loves to do meditation and breath work, it's not just about spirituality, but that is like kind of my main content. So do you consider yourself a spiritual person?
I would say yes, I consider myself to be a spiritual person because you know, many of us have a religious background, but we never really get in tune with our spirituality. And I think that although I have been most of my past attending church, I never really tried to look within or try to connect with spirit and the divine until, certain events happen. And then we are forced to look within. But we'll get more into that. But I do consider myself a spiritual person.
Yeah, isn't that how it always starts? So I know with me, I just like you went to church, but never really looked within. And then just one thing after another kept happening, and it kind of led me down this path. So, how did your journey begin?
Okay, so my journey began basically when I became a mom. For those of you who don't know me, and this is the first time you've met me, I was enrolled in medical school. Yes, it was always my dream to
Oh.
be a physician. And then I found myself in this situation where I was about to be a single mom and I was feeling more like outcast from my congregation. Like, when you're into religion, there's this,
Mhm.
I won't say agenda, but there are certain principles you have to stick up to. And having a child before wedlock is a no-no.
Yes.
So that forced me to stop relying on elders, stop relying on other religious leaders, and look within and speak to the divine, pray. And that's how my spiritual journey ignited. Like when I became a mom at 21, and that was 10 years ago.
Definitely, definitely. I resonate with that a lot. I didn't like a lot of the judgment that went along with being in church because, if you read the Bible, a lot of it is like, only God can judge.
Yeah.
However, when you go to church, if you don't fit a certain mold, they judge you.
Yes.
So I definitely resonate with that. And
Yeah.
I moved from New York. A lot of my listeners probably already know this, but I moved from New York down to South Carolina, which is like kind of the Bible Belt around there.
Yeah.
And of everyone I meet, they're like, do you have a church home? Do you have a church home? And when I tell them I don't go to church, it's kind of like, oh, I can't tell you how many people, started to become friendly with me when I moved here, would
Yeah.
say good morning. And once they found out I don't go to church, I haven't heard from them again. So, but that's on them. That's not on me. I
Right.
think I'm a really great person once you get to know me.
You
And it's not
are.
that I
You are.
don't believe in God, I just don't go to church. So, you know,
I often tell a lot of people that I come into contact with, I actually found God when I stopped attending church because it was more of a tradition for me, whereas you had to do it and you weren't really doing it to seek any connection. You were just doing it because that's like the regular thing. But when you start to study for yourself and you look within, you'll be surprised that this is more than a physical realm. Like there's more to it.
it definitely is. And this journey, once you start looking in, this journey is not easy. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of studying and learning and going within. And then there's a lot of what they call dark nights of the soul when you're like, oh my gosh, am I on the right path? And you're kind of confused a bit because things aren't going the way you think they should be. When you're in this spiritual life, you always think as long as I keep a positive attitude, things are going to go great. But we all know that's just not life. It's more
Right.
about your perspective and how you shift things when those things do occur. That makes
Yeah.
you feel like, oh, no matter what's going on the outside, I am calm and I'm peaceful on the inside. So for
Correct.
me, meditation and breath work has really helped with my anxiety and getting around those struggles. What are some tips and tricks that you have found along on your journey that helped you?
Along my journey, although I would say it was a roller coaster, it is a roller coaster. Definitely breath work, and most of all, for me, it would be journaling. Like I've always kept a journal from high school straight up until even now.
Yes.
Writing my emotions down, writing my feelings down, I feel like I get to release, like, because I am more of an introverted person. So I'm not the one to be like, oh, hey, Sally, this and this is going on in my life and whatever. I usually just stick to myself. And I found that when I began writing and journaling, it helped me cope with whatever I was going through, whether it's anxiety, anger, you name it. Journaling, I would say, is my number one tip. And when it gets a little overwhelming, then I would go into the breath work because whew,
Yes,
being a
definitely.
mom is not an easy task, okay?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I definitely agree with the journaling. I journal too. I actually get a brand new journal every month.
Wow.
Just, journal away. It doesn't matter how many pages are left in the journal. I start new every month. And it's a great way to kind of like look back because I can say, oh, well, a year from now, next, December, I can look back into this December and see how far I've
Yeah,
come. Um,
definitely.
but I think it's been a great strategy for me too. I don't write as much as I really need to anymore. I used to journal a lot more, and I've kind of gotten away from it a little bit. Just
Right.
life and being busy and trying to juggle way too many balls. But I do have to get back to it because journaling is such a great tip.
It is. And I think that even though we know that we are on different journeys, you can never be too busy for what you prioritize. Like when I was working a 9 to 5, like before I became an entrepreneur, my journals were catching cobwebs. And I was like, you know what? I just decided one day, every day, just like how some people get up and they do yoga, I'm gonna do this from this to this time. And I stick to it because it makes me feel good. It brings me joy, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm still kind of in that 9 to 5 life and also doing like the podcast and a side business. So it's really hard for me to say I'm going to do a few things because right
Right.
now my priority is actually I work from home. So my priority is actually going out in the morning. So every morning, as long as it's not raining, because this morning it was like raining and windy, but as long as it's
Right.
not raining, I take a walk and try to
Okay.
get out into nature. And it's usually a meditative walk. I'll play my frequency music and, walk for about half an hour to 45 minutes. So I'm kind of prioritizing that over the journaling, but I would
Right.
love to get to a point where I could do both, you know?
Correct.
But yeah, so you really do have to kind of assess your priorities and figure out which one is the most important. And right now it's the walking because you have to get that energy flowing.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Any other tips and tricks you have for us?
I would say try to get sunlight. Like even if it's not fully sunny and you live in a place where it's always cloudy, getting fresh air makes the difference. Because I feel like when it's a gloomy day and I stay inside, I just want to stay in my bed and mope around. I don't feel very energetic. And when you feel good, you do good things and you're just on top of your game. So get outside and get fresh air, even if the sun is not shining. So you're on the right track.
Definitely. The sun is very energizing. And I don't know if people have watched my little TikTok clip, and I also put it on YouTube, but I did a sun mudra. It's called the Surya Mudra. And it's all about breathing as the sun is rising. And it's this little hand gesture here. And you do that hand gesture and just sit and meditate as the sun is rising to energize you for the day. So
That's
it's pretty
amazing.
good. I agree with the sun and definitely water. Water is like liquid gold. Sun and water
Yeah,
cannot go wrong.
that's my challenge. The water, I'm working on it.
Me too. Me too.
Like I
Everyone,
got one of those big jugs on Amazon that tells you the time when you have to drink it. I'm like,
yeah.
12 p.m. It doesn't move after 12 p.m. I'm working on it.
We are all working on it, but it's okay. We all have our journey. We all have things we need to work on, and you know, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Definitely.
We got to get there. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the lovely people about yourself, where to find you, what services you may offer, things like that?
Okay, well, I'm on mainly TikTok and Instagram. I mean, you'll find me on Twitter. Twitter, I post motivational stuff, and I just there like seeing Twitter is like a newspaper for me. But mainly, I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Caribbean Mama because, of course, I'm from the
Of course.
Caribbean.
Of course.
Yeah, and I offer freelance copywriting services. So if you are a business owner or you're thinking on starting a business but you don't know like, oh, what should I write or what should I post, I can help you strategize. And my 15-minute session is free. You just have to email me and we can get you booked in. But yeah, guys, you have to do things that bring you joy, not only do things because you're getting paid for it. I felt like when I was doing the hustling and bustling, it wasn't my highest self. So I had to pause and then reflect on what it is I want to accomplish. And I want to help inspire others and help them to live authentically. Not living, doing something you're not happy about or you're doing it for someone else, but you're doing it because this is truly what you're passionate about. And I just want to encourage you that what you're doing, this podcast on YouTube, you're motivating so many other ladies because
Oh,
YouTube, it just
thank
it's
you.
very challenging. I tried to do it when I just became a mom, but that was a whole
It's okay.
a whole slice of cake to bite, and I was not ready for it. So keep up the good work what you're doing. Your
Thank
voice
you.
is so soothing. Like if you had a meditation app, I would listen to you every day. Your voice is just
Thank you. I listen.
I enjoy it.
I can't say too much, but coming soon, the meditation app. But yes,
I'm so happy that you came on my TikTok page because this collaboration here, I see us working together and doing great things.
me too. Me too. There's so many things. I'll talk to you about it later because I don't want to announce it to the people just yet. But
Right.
there's a lot of things that I have down the pike that I want to talk to you about that I think we would be great together.
Right.
And so the last question I ask all of my guests, so my podcast is called Magical Moments. It's all about finding little pockets of moments that are just for you that you find magical and happy. So what does a magical moment look like for you?
A magical moment for me, ideally it would be a day on the beach because I just believe in another life I was a mermaid. Like when I'm in the ocean, I just feel at peace, zen. But if I cannot make it to the beach, just getting outdoors barefoot and just embracing the sunlight, that's magical enough for me. Like without the children, without anyone in my ear, no music, just listening to nature and receiving the sunlight. Like I love nature and I love being outdoors. So that's my magical moment.
I love that. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Orishas, but you give me such Yemaya energy. So when you said that, it made so much sense.
I'll have to read up on that, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, thank you for coming on. I will put your email address so people can get a hold of you in the show notes.
Yes,
And hopefully, we will see you soon in the future doing great things.
you
Maybe a
will.
collab with me. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So that is it for Magical Moments with Carla this episode. I hope you really enjoyed the interview. I hope you get to know Kayvern. Um, that's it. This interview was a lot more conversational, I think, had a lot more of my history and background than previous episodes. So I hope you gotten to know me as well. Uh, but yeah, so that is it. I don't have any affirmations for you for this episode. But a tip that I want to give is a spiritual health tip, and it's just protect your energy. Protect your energy. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be a spiritual health tip. It can just be a health tip. Everyone has this energy within them, right? Whether you go about your day-to-day life and you're giving your energy to kids, you're giving your energy to your job, to your business, or whatever have you, we all kind of have this energy bank, let's say. So let's not run down our energy bank. If you are feeling low on energy, take the time to replenish yourself. If there's a situation that's just draining your energy, and it's at all possible, you know what? It's possible. Get out of that. You don't want to be in a situation that drains your energy. Take care of yourself. Keep your energy. Be happy. So, as always, start with gratitude, end with love, and please, please find your magical moment. And I'll see you next time.